Hello everyone, my name is Manmeet. Today I'll be talking to you about my leisure cross gender project. For this project, I picked out target shooting. Let me give you a little brief overview of what target shooting is. Target shooting was first invented in the form of archery, and the credit goes to the Greeks. The first formal target shooting involved the bow and arrow and the spear, and this was mainly used in military training activities. Greeks took this a step further and introduced shooting as a sport. They started to hold archery contests in which they shot pigeons on top of a tall poles in honor of gods. Greeks were not the only pioneers. There were cultures around the world that took part in activities that focused on aiming, and these civilizations included Indians, Persians, Celts, Germans. Target shooting took the center stage in 13th and 14th centuries through clubs that were established by German speaking people. Target shooting started as a male dominant sport in 13th and 14th century. Most of the shooting clubs were only for men or offered membership only to men. But that's not the case today. According to the data gathered by the Kansas Attorney General, 2,491 women submitted concealed carry application for fiscal year of 2012. That is 47% more than what they received in the year of 2011. In addition to this, the, the county of Sedgwick, 512 women applied for concealed carry licenses in 2012, a 43.8% increase over last year. Female ownership gun has grown. The reason behind being safety and security of self and the loved ones. From these numbers we can tell that it's no longer a men's sport and women are actively learning this art form. And this is all possible because of Margaret. She was the first woman in history to try out target shooting in a mainstream competition. In 1976, she not only won the silver medal in three-position rifle at Olympics, but also opened the door for women like Pat, who was the first gold medalist in Olympics, Ruby Fox, pistol shooter, and Vanda Joel, a rifle shooter. These are all the women that won medals in Olympics. The new era. In the new era, the guns are used not only for safety, but they're also used for sports that bring you recreation purposes. They're used for leisure purposes. We have in past years we have seen an increase in sports that include guns. For example, in the Olympics, it went from two sports that were geared toward shot now to four sports. And the biggest thing that this era is focused on for women is self-defense. A lot of women are taking shooting classes, target shooting classes, or learning how to shoot with a gun is because of self-defense. Some of the challenges that we're facing in today's world, or women are facing in today's world, that there is a psychological barrier where girls think that shooting is manly and tough, rather than a practical, equalizing, and self-building sport. Which is why when guys at the range say, I have to get my wife in here and let her see what you behind the counter and talk shop with you, you totally want you totally want one now, don't you? This is something a guy would say. This is a psychological barrier that I'm talking about. When you go to a shooting range, you see more men over there than women. And there is a tendency, there's a mentality that we have, or people in today's world have, is that it guns are more manly and women are not supposed to play around with guns. But that's not the case. Women is just as capable of shooting with a gun as men are. Women, another thing that is challenging in today's world that women are facing is women are not getting the same respect, whether it's just going to a shooting range and trying shooting out, or if it's a professional sport. Not only this, there is not a lot of encouragement from family and friends for women who actually want to go into this field and make a career out of shooting or teaching how to shoot. In addition to this, there's also cultural barriers. There are some cultures, for example, Asian culture, where women are not supposed to touch guns. It's not considered a womanly thing to do. As far as my experience is concerned, where did I do the experience? I tried my shooting range experience at Target Master West Shooting Range in Milpitas. When did I do it? I did it over the course of 5 weeks. It was really different experience. Hearing the loud bangs of gunshots gave me shiver the first time when I actually went into the shooting range. When you go to the shooting range, if you're a first time shooter, you have to watch a 15-minute video that shows you the proper way to handle the gun, the do's and don'ts of a shooting range. The place where you shoot are called the bays, and each bay has 5 windows for different users. These windows in the bay are separated by bullet and soundproof glass to reduce the risk of someone getting hurt or shot by mistake and to reduce noise. My experience at the shooting range was full of excitement. I started out with a 22 revolver and a number 14 target chart. My first couple of shots went everywhere but at the target, and I almost hit myself in the head with the gun after I fired the first shot. I played a total of 6 rounds over the course of 5 weeks, and with every round I got a little better. Again, it's said practice makes a man perfect. In this case, practice makes a woman perfect. The technique of shooting that I learned from one of the range attendants is that to get a clear shot, one needs to focus on the target, take a deep breath, and then shoot while exhaling. By doing this, you improve your chance of shooting closer to the target, if not right at the target. Another thing I learned it the hard way, is never put your thumb behind the trigger, because if you do, and the trigger when the trigger bounces back, it's gonna slice your thumb off. And trust me, the pain is unbearable. I've been through it. Now I'm gonna share with you guys some of my pictures that I took and some videos. So these are some pictures that I took. On this side, you can see as when you go to Target West, they have all the guns that you can buy from them. You have used guns, new guns, so bunch of different guns. I don't even know half of the names, but you can buy whatever kind of gun that you want. You have pistols, revolvers, and rifles. This is the first day when I started shooting, and trust me, it was not good. I did not hit a single bullet on the target. That was the second time I did, and like I said, I got better with every time I tried. The gun that I was shooting with is the 44 and it's a very powerful gun because every time you shoot, you feel an after effect and it jerks you. If you're not holding the gun right, you will hit your head with it. Like I said, you get better with every single practice. If I was to pick this again, I would surely go and learn more about how to shoot at target shooting. Another thing that I learned is that I would like to try it again because it gave me a sense of power and it felt really good to take part in a sport that was male dominated. In addition to this, I came from a family where pretty much everybody in my family knows how to operate a gun besides me. So now I can actually go up to them and tell them that I know how to shoot with a gun. Um, I personally believe that it's a really great skill and everybody should try it out. And I encourage everyone to at least go once and try it out. It's a really fun filled experience. It's very exciting. Thank you so much for bearing with me and listening to my presentation.